I can always fix it in post. It's not really that big a deal.
I'm kind of good at this stuff.
You can kind of fucking fix it in post.
Kind of epic.
I fix your mom.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So,
Tea ready?
welcome back, bitches. So this is SoupCast. It's been 4 years.
It's been too long.
It's been a while since we put another episode. Still looking to you, Bill Sanders. Hope you're
Bill
out there.
Sandals.
We're out there for you.
We're coming back, Bill. We're coming back, Billy.
We were on hiatus, but we thought, Bill, we need to work for him.
Sorry.
He's our champion. He's the reason why we wake up in the morning.
Keep your eye out on the next Creator Clash.
Keep an eye out on the merch, Bill.
Merch drop 2023, baby. But it's been a while. We'll get to the, I'll probably edit it to where the recap comes first, and we can jump into all this.
Okay.
So I'll cut this intro in, and then I'll cut the, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, we were already kind of talking, and then we just said we should make a podcast, so
Yeah.
we're just going to keep talking.
We have some good conversations.
We also have another person.
Yes.
We have a guest.
Hello,
What is your name, guest?
Kyle.
There you go.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, Kyle.
Make sure you give us your social security number and address as well.
Okay, well,
Phone
that
number,
one's
address.
1, 2, 3. Go fuck yourself. Let's get it.
Oh, I heard that place.
It's okay.
What is that, Alabama?
He already forwarded it to me.
No, I'm a fellow NAU student.
And you
like
just fucking
these.
doxed us. I don't know how much information we've given away on our location.
It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
We're not there. We're not at the campus. Like, hey guys.
That's a good point.
Yeah, when they start to register for 20,000 students a year that graduate there.
Yeah. We're not there.
Good luck.
You go there, we're not gonna be there.
Yeah, you.
I gotta look at these names at Kyle that graduated here.
This one's yours.
One of them's gotta be him.
Yeah, out of the 5,000 Kyles that graduated, it'll be one of them.
Oh. I want to start getting into tea. I think it's really cool.
Careful, cause it's probably really fucking hot.
I would love to work at a tea shop and like really learn how to
Check
brew
out
it.
this place.
No.
Alright. That's fine.
See, I need to get out of this fucking bakery. I can make minimum wage anywhere. I may as well at least do something I want to do.
Oh Jesus, this is really hot
You
here.
don't like working at the bakery?
I like making coffee for the bakery. I don't really like just dealing with... You know what I don't like? Actually, I really don't mind the bakery. I don't like...
The
God, that is
customers.
really... I hate the fucking customers. I hate the...
That's
hate
the
those
thing that's always
motherfuckers.
worse about. That's the thing I hate the most about like food service is the customers.
It wouldn't be that bad if I go to the location and we do the same thing. I just do more coffee. I have more fun because it's more coffee, and the people are a lot more just fun and relaxed because it's like central and it's not as big a deal. But you go to all of a sudden everybody just walks in like, if they're not already mad, they're like waiting for you to give them a reason to be mad. It's so weird. It's like it's like they have like a checklist and it's like, all right, you made it out this time. Good job. And then like they'll be all nice with you and all cool, but I swear to God, you just cross the line, it flaps over, and it's like, so you're gonna be like that. I had somebody was like came in and it was like 50 cents difference between the card, the price card, and what came up on the register. And she's like, you can't just do that. You can't just post a price and then charge another one. I was like, I know things are crazy right now. I think they just they just changed prices because, you know, stuff keeps going up. You know, it's crazy right now. They're just trying to, because one's like, what the fuck? What do you want me to do? I just woke
They
up
live
and
in like the wealthiest area.
you're also rich. Where the fuck are you
Yeah.
buying a $7 croissant if you can't afford it? Like, shut the fuck up. You know what's crazy? This is an essential. You don't need this. But it's like, I just showed up to work today, and the price was different. I don't fucking know. You think I go home at night studying the prices? Go fuck yourself. I get paid minimum wage to put pastries in a bag. Fuck off. Like, what do you want from me? And the other thing, and then she goes, she says like, and I was like, yeah, I know it's crazy. Blah, blah, blah. And she said something else, and I just kind of like, I think I said something like, yeah, well, you know, what are you gonna do, or something like that. And she's like, well, are you prepared to go to jail for this? I was like,
I'm calling the cops.
and I just said like,
You are going to jail. You murderer.
it's like,
You fiend.
it's like I just said, no, I don't really plan on going to jail. It's like, where do I even start with that? They're going to arrest me because my boss changed prices. Like,
Fraudulent wench. Go to jail.
what? I don't even
I
understand.
shall have you killed.
I don't even understand what the thought process was. But I'm sorry, we cut you off, Kyle. You didn't even finish your intro.
Continue.
You're a fellow
Oh,
NAU
shoot.
graduate.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just chilling, drinking some tea with my buddies.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Iowa.
Wait, how?
Well spoken.
I mean,
I
That's
got a
cool.
little confused. But it's
Where's
okay.
Stu?
It's right here.
I love that dog.
There's a dog here.
when Hillary was
Finally
running in
did it.
2016, she even had a Snapchat story. She says, "I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids."
Oh, that's right.
That's where it comes from.
Are
I
you
get it.
that person?
I am.
You Sierra.
He's Hillary.
But yeah, so
Why did you win?
what were we talking about before?
Just chilling.
In Cedar Rapids.
In Cedar Rapids. Caleb's just chilling in Cedar Rapids. But Caleb got a dog.
Named.
Sorry.
Name is sorry.
Named Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't respond to Jeremy for like an hour, so I felt bad. I know. I was really eating him up. But no, I did finally buckle and get a dog, and it's not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. She's really cool, and I'm honestly not even worried about it, because either she's going to keep getting more energetic and she can come along for all these things, or she's going to keep getting more tired like she's been getting, and then she won't mind staying behind. She gets so sleepy right now. It's hard to, like, she'll do those little walks and stuff, but if I don't push her to go do that, she's just out. She'll just lay around. And I think it's the heat.
kinda
I
nice.
mostly think it's the heat. I think
I mean, the
is
heat
what-
fucking sucks. It tires me out.
That heat drains you.
It's a draining heat.
That dry heat drains you. That humid heat
It brings me from here to
kills
here.
you.
The humidity heat just rots your body.
You just feel like a corpse.
Yeah.
The humid heat.
When there was like
Yeah.
80% humidity
In
in
Belize?
France and Belize, I'm just sitting there, just
You just feel
sweating,
dead.
just sweating for no
You
reason,
just feel dead.
feeling bugs bite me all the time.
I love bugs
It
biting
was,
me.
it was fun. It was a lot of fun being a buffet for a bunch of mosquitoes and gnats.
Jeremy's like, I'm telling Jeremy about the Sam Hyde stuff on like the chat
Yeah.
or whatever, and he's like, it's crazy that nobody mentioned that Sam Hyde trained like 2 of the fighters. Like they didn't even bring it up at all. And I'm like, I mean, I like Sam, but he's not really popular in that community at all. Like he's pretty much an outcast compared to all those other YouTubers. And he's like, and then I was like, did you see like the chat or anything, the live stream? He's like, no, I watched the website. It's like, yeah, they were just like spamming the N word and saying like, Sam Hyde did 9/11, Sam Hyde is a terrorist,
it's-
Sam Hyde did this, Sam Hyde is just like toxic. And then
It's so toxic. That's probably why they didn't want to.
and then he's like, well, that's all like memes he's associated with. And I'm like,
I don't think the N-word's a meme, but
I mean, the meme is like,
being racist
the
is a
meme, the meme is like, Sam Hyde is the devil. And like, I've seen that. Like, they literally,
That's-
people would spam, when things happen, people would submit Sam Hyde's like stupid photos to them saying he would, like, there have been news articles where it's like, and local terrorist Sam Hyde or something like that. And it'd be like videos of him.
It's pretty funny.
Like, that's the meme. But, and I
To that
texted,
extent,
I texted him back and I'm like, I don't think a lot of people know that, and most of them don't find it funny.
Yeah.
Especially like, that's not what this event is about. It's not like Sam Hyde's
It's not about
takeover
Sam
to.
Hyde.
And even if like that's their meme and the funny joke, most people just look at that and go, "Oh, thanks for coming. Thanks for
Yeah.
screaming
Yeah.
like racial slurs at me when I just wanted to watch a stupid boxing fight."
Yeah.
That's not really that's not his crowd.
And like,
It's
to be
just
honest,
not-
like, how much do we know that even Sam Hyde wanted to be affiliated?
It's a good
Who
point
even
too.
knows? Maybe he just did it. Maybe he told them, "Don't bring it up. I don't want to be affiliated," or whatever, you know. And who knows? I mean, I was talking to Chandler about this a little more, but like, if I ever got famous, I think there would be a limit of how much I would share with my personal life, depending if I got really famous. It just sounds like such a burden when it's like everyone is on you all the time, knowing every single thing of you. It's like
Yeah,
kind
that
of
would annoy me
paranoia
too.
in a way, you know?
I
I
would-
know if you want to have kids or just want to have like a nice night out and they know where you are, they're like, they know everything
Yeah.
about you. That's stressful. That'd be tiring. That'd be kind of cool, you know, like, oh hey, you know me and stuff. But like, if it was like to the extent where like these celebrities, they everything, they know like their children, they know their parents, they know like everything about them. That's exhausting. I wouldn't want to do that.
I think it's.
I'd have to limit how much I like put out there.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for politics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause then people get obsessive with that stuff.
Yeah.
I put a Halo video out 4 months ago, but the last episode was 2 years ago. So
Jeez.
pre-pandemic. It's kinda
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I know. So, I think it was before. It was pre. too, which is interesting.
Oh.
It was pre-Olive.
Saga.
I think it was. Fuck. Let me look it up again.
What happened to that chick?
Oh, Cal doesn't
Talk
know.
about her.
We can't. Wow. It just kind of kept going the way it was going, and then eventually, like, I literally got to a point where it was just continuing, and she's like, "What do you want from me?" I was like, "I want you to fucking leave me alone." And then she's like, "Blah blah blah," and I was like, "Just please leave me alone. Like, I'm tired of this." And then she kind of like came back with the hostility and it's like, "You know what? This wasn't fucking easy for me either," and yada 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 yada. And I'm like, "Cool. I'm glad we agree then." And then she like said something else, and I was like, "Okay. Bye." And then Juno, stay out here.
It's alright.
Alright.
I'm watching her.
But yeah. Then that was pretty much the end of it. It just kept going the same direction it was going. Long story short, I ended up in like a rebound relationship, and it was a hot mess. And it was like it was a whole. There's so many things. It was like my first pseudo adult relationship, first relationship in a while, and then a lot of things were good.
First fuck.
Yeah, and it was first intimate relationship as well, so it was a whole. It was my first fuck. You know what's funny? She said something about that at one point too. She's like, "Well, at least you lost your virginity." I'm like, "Thanks, cool. I didn't really give a fuck about that, but that's cool. I guess you're right. That is pretty fucking cool. I got what I wanted." But this is stupid. But it was fun. There were some really good points, and I don't regret it. It was still there were some really good.
Experience, I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean,
Everyone has to go through it.
I needed to go. Yeah, I needed to go through that for sure. I needed to learn. I needed to learn what red flags were. In all respect, it was actually really nice and good that I did get the whole intimate part out of the way, because now it's not a big deal. I don't really give a fuck about it anymore. It's cool, but it's like I don't. Before it was like
I could stick my penis in, but I really don't care now.
well, it's just like it did sort of occupy some of my mental space sometime where it's like, I mean, that'd be cool if it could happen. And now that it's happened, it's like, cool, been there, done that.
Like cat toys.
I don't know, just calm down.
I just want to come, but not in my hand, like on a girl.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so I needed to learn what red flags were. That was the biggest thing the whole thing taught me, is like, you cannot ignore red flags. They exist for a reason. And then I learned what a rebound was, and not to really get wrapped up in that emotionally at all, and probably really at all, but I never learned.
I never learned. I'm gonna do it again.
But
Actually, right now.
I think no. I remember the last podcast. The last podcast that I did was with my friends from high school.
Yeah.
Because it was, we did one with
your mom.
We did one that was just us, I think.
It was us.
We did the auto-tuned episode. I don't even know if you guys have seen the finished products. I did one where I auto-tuned the whole thing. Because I could just
didn't see that one.
I could just slap an effect on it, and there's parts where you'd be like, ah! And like auto-tuned, and I'm like, this is cool. And I just said the auto-tuned episode because I thought it was cute. And then I did Family Fun, which is the one I did right before I left for Tennessee with my mom and my stepbrother.
Yeah.
And then after I got back from the conservation court, we did the one with my friends, and then we just went back into college, and then pretty much almost immediately it happened, and then the end of the world happened, and then we all parted ways, and then it's been that until now. So life happened after all that. Fucked me up for a while, and then we all kind of focused on school, and I just focused on learning how to smile again, and then the world ended.
That was awesome.
It was an interesting time. I had a whole Britney moment where I went bald, and it didn't look good this time. That fucking picture of me in Chili's is so funny.
That was really funny.
It's so fucking funny. It's just me like sitting and like my eyes are like watery. I'm just sitting in like a Chili's booth with my
such a
stupid little
mess.
bald head.
You're such a mess.
It was awesome. It was fucking,
Yeah.
At Chili's of
The
all
worst
places.
kind.
It's funny because Chili's is like the
Awesome.
place we go to have a good time. It's like the one place he goes to like when he's just having a terrible time.
I guess so. Well, I think
Not
I just,
anymore.
my mom just sent me money. She's like, you should go have a nice dinner, and I just like one of my brothers was like, I'm gonna go to Chili's.
That's cute.
He's like, yeah, I guess we can go. And so we went to Chili's, and then we all focused on school and the end of the world, and then
Yeah.
pretty much me and Chandler like graduated after that. Well, we didn't really graduate; we just got our degrees, but
It was pretty much. I remember. I remember that day when I like finished school. I went to try my computer. I go like, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Like, it was
That
literally
was-
like
There's
no
no
ceremony,
It
no.
really, I didn't care about it, but it really took away like the only bit of like pomp and like fair there was to it at all.
Yeah.
That's right. Kyle also graduated.
I'm still here.
He tipped his hat to us.
That's funny. I forgot about that.
I,
Yeah.
I did. However, when
Gentlemanly.
we went to your
Oh shit! I should have. That's okay.
Jay, we went to your little graduation thing with a well, sorry, I didn't want to say a name, but the one.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I did have a small little feeling like I kind of wish I had one.
I definitely wish I had one.
But
I mean,
then I kind of was like, no, I don't really care.
At that? That wasn't even like
real one.
graduation.
Well,
I know.
because like I kind of just saw, I was like,
Just
I guess it'd be
nice.
nice to have one. But then I kind of started thinking like, well, I didn't want to invite my like family and stuff. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. It was just complicated. It was
Yeah,
stressing me
that's
out. So I'm like, I guess I didn't really care.
For me, it's just like
get
the alternative is just like you just finish class and then it's like
It's kind of nice
Alright.
for people to like praise you on what you
Just,
did.
it kind
Just
of
a
is.
little bit of like
A little bit. I
jerking
think so. I think
yourself off.
I think
It's
the
kinda
so I think
nice
the
after
reason why was
struggling for
because
so long.
I think the reason why, at least for me, it was that way, was because my like high school graduation / like ceremony before my graduation, I actually was like in a terrible mindset because. So before my actual graduation, we had this little ceremony because I was an honor student, and I remember like I went to get my like award up on the stage and like nobody clapped,
that sucks.
and it like
That's
made me
sad.
feel terrible. And then so like a couple days of my graduation, I just regretted. I didn't want to go at all.
Oh.
And then so like I kind of saw like the college graduations like, oh, like people may like recognize me this time. Like I was more out this time. I was more of the new me. Then COVID
Yeah.
happened, so it kind of just fucked it
It's
up.
like, well.
So
there
then
you
it
go.
was literally like I already finished my last assignment for my American Presidency class, and that was it. Nothing
I
else.
honestly don't remember what. I don't. Okay, so I remember it was February or early. No, it had to be when we came back. No, it was before spring break. We were all at your place, Chandler. You were there too, Caleb. I remember we were all just like, I wonder what's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause this is when the corona. We didn't know how like dangerous it was yet. We thought it was.
It was
like,
weird.
apocalyptic.
And then the car got wrecked too that time.
I wish I'd filmed more during that time.
Like that would have been cool. Like an
Just
in the
little
moment,
stuff, yeah.
Just to kind of like.
I want
compare.
to start vlogging stuff. I know nobody gives a fuck, but it just seems
Like a
fun.
vlog.
Just small.
But I remember that. I remember like the uncertainty. Like, is this like apocalyptic or is this just like not
Yeah,
so bad?
It was uncertain. After like a month, I was kind of just like, oh, it's just like I mean,
It was weird.
And then we started
It's hard to
seeing
say.
like the deaths and the cases, and it's like
Yeah.
okay.
And they started really presenting it as like this is the end of the world.
Yeah.
It was like,
that
you
was,
know, like you get a
that
news
was the
report.
thing that kind of pissed me off. I was like, as the other world's like, guys, like we've been through many pandemics. Like the least we can do is take care of ourselves, stay healthy, wear a mask, don't get anybody else sick until a vaccine comes out. We get the vaccines, we get the certain amount of vaccine we need, and we're done.
Well, we're not though.
Well, because we never reached that point. We never reached the vaccination point we needed to.
Well, I mean, even if you get vaccinated, you still catch it.
well, you still catch it, but you're not gonna die
Yeah.
like people would with immune compromised systems, you know.
Gee.
And the whole point of the vaccinations was not because, I mean, it would have eradicated if we got enough people, and you can still get it.
Juno, no.
But it's also the fact
No.
that people who would have died from it, it prevents them from dying from it. That was the point. So, it's just, what'd she do?
She got cat shit and dragged it out to the rug. Because she's stupid.
No, it was just like,
What's wrong with you?
it's just that whole thing. It's just like, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're still gonna get it. Like my nana, like she has all 4 shots. She has the 4th one because they authorized it recently, and she still got sick. But I definitely know if she didn't get a shot, she would have died because she has a lot of health problems. So that's what the vaccine's supposed to do: is not make you get killed from it,
Right.
and it's supposed to lessen your symptoms. It's like the flu shot, like, and I think that's the big misconception with it. If you don't realize, like, that's the whole point of the flu shot is. Like, you can still get the flu, but at least you're not going to get super sick from it. You'll recover pretty quickly, or your symptoms will be very mild. You'll just feel like you just have a cold. That's the point of the vaccine. If it was totally eradicated, I feel like more people would have gotten it.
Yeah.
But it's just, it protects you, and it protects you, but more importantly, or equally as important, it protects people around you as well. That was the point of it. And if we hit that 80% point, it'd be at the point where if people would have gotten it, it would have had no effect. That was the point of it. But because we had never reached that, people are still dying from it till today. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah, that's a whole.
I didn't really remember. I remember my last assignment because we didn't get a graduation. I think
Nope.
it was I had an art class and we had to do everything online.
No, yeah, because we when everything went down, well, one, the car got wrecked, which sucked. Then we had to go up and
That
move.
was fun.
It was such a terrible time.
That was so much
Between
fun.
the world ending, our car wrecking, we had to move from down here. Because at that point, it was like, I mean, I guess in one way too, like we didn't have to worry about paying 2 rents because that was going to be almost the case. It was like, okay, well, I guess now we don't have to because we're just going to leave this place. We don't have to worry about paying 2 rents or find someone who could take it over for 2 weeks, another month.
Okay.
But it was also literally the last assignment I had to do everything else. I finished it, I turned it in, I turned on my computer, and I literally thought to myself, well, that's it.
That was
Like,
it.
I'm done with school. And that was it.
I wish I would have.
And I just went on my day. Like, it wasn't like, I never was like, oh man, I'm done with school now. Like, I'm done. It was literally just, I turned on my computer, I was done.
Viewer, listen, this is an onion ring. Oh God, stop.
Right. Caleb had an onion ring segment.
It's still in. It was because we got it. Did you got yours in the mail, right?
Yeah, I did.
Same.
What do you, what about you, Caleb?
What?
Because Kyle and I were just talking about like how like the day like we finished our last assignment was for us. It was I said like it was literally just me like just logging off the computer and being like, well, that was it. Like, what was it for you?
Oh, I need one more water.
Because I was just online. We moved down here and everything was online. I finished my last assignment. I turned on my computer. I just went to like do something else.
Yeah.
There was no like oh yeah, I'm done. It was just like, all right, that's it.
And then I had like 2 weeks after that for like just trying to look for something for work. And then
That
I did,
too,
and then I
yeah.
did the census. And then
The
I really
aftermath was just work,
Yeah.
trying to find something.
It was just like nonstop.
And then it sucked a lot too because like that time was like everything was it's hard to find work because everything was closed.
Yeah.
So I applied to so many places, but luckily like the one place I actually ended up working for was in contact with me early in the year before everything went down. So I was like, that's good. I'm glad they got in touch with me like a few weeks before everything happened. Otherwise, they got in touch with me afterwards. I don't know if I would have a job.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
What about you, Caleb?
I'm gonna cut all that.
Please don't.
I can't leave this. I swallowed like on the microphone.
Yeah.
Do you know what we're talking
You
about?
remember how you
Yeah.
remember your last assignment when you turned it in, or were you?
I mean, I was bio, so it would have been a final in a lecture hall. There was no like assignments. It was all tests.
But you like took like a lot. There was like a last final I had you like online or something, right?
Fuck, I forgot it was online. Yeah, wow, maybe that's why I'm blanking on what it was like, because I didn't do anything. Oh, you know why I'm blanking? Because it wasn't over, because I had to do summer classes. So my last day was just sitting in my dad's house, just like, I guess probably doing just some stupid final while my dad's doing his thing and my sister's freaking out or something. And I hated that time period. I was kind of depressed during that time period, so
Yeah.
I don't really remember any of it.
Well, then,
I remember one of the last like cool moments of campus was when I did like one of my last days at work at the coffee shop, and I had to deep clean it, and it was pretty much just me. So I did almost a deep clean. I started with a few other people that helped for a few hours, and then I fucked off. And then I was like the last one there to actually finish the deep cleaning. And I remember when it was all done, and I had taken care of all the stuff or whatever. I remember now that I had my backpack set up, and I was like, shit, this is the last time I'm gonna like see this place for a while. And like last day of work here, and I'm like, interesting. And then I like put on my headphones to like leave, and then I pressed like shuffle on my stupid phone or whatever, and then it played Send Me On My Way or whatever, and I was like, this is cool. So then I walked off, and I was like, damn, interesting.
I do remember that.
And then It was probably something with you guys. I probably did something with you guys as like my last like actual fun thing, and then after that, it was probably just the chaos of actually getting the fuck out of there because
We like binge
Connor.
watched Beastars.
Oh my god, we did!
That was
Yeah.
really
Well, what a great show.
fun.
But yes, Juno is named after Juno.
Let's get that clear.
Guilty as charged. She's a big furry fan.
We
She over there
still haven't watched season 2 of Beastars.
I've seen it, but
We waited.
I'll
for
watch
you,
it again.
But whatever. We're just trying to be friends.
I came down one
It's
time and
okay.
I was like, we're gonna watch Beastars, and then we never did, and I was like, I can't wait anymore.
When happened?
I mean,
I
I've
don't
been
think we
down
ever
a few
mentioned
times
it
now.
because I didn't even know it was a thing till you mentioned it about us.
I think we watched The Godfather instead. Was
yeah.
that when we went on our little like film binge?
Yeah, that probably
Yeah.
was that time frame.
Probably was that.
I couldn't wait
The
anymore.
Godfather, like the Mafia. That
Yeah.
one.
Have you seen
That's
that?
Good
that's a
movie.
classic.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
all never really like seen it in full,
And then
so
we
we
watched
sat down
it.
and watched
It
it. It
was
was
ju-
really good.
Do our classic movie nights with us.
Yeah, do our
I'd
classic
love
movie
to.
nights.
Hell yeah.
We'll start
What
doing
do you-
them.
What do you guys think of The Godfather?
It was really good.
It was really fucking good.
I really liked it. It was so cool. I normally don't like I guess action movies and
Organized
stuff.
crime.
It wasn't your typical
Love that
action.
shit.
Yeah, it was like, well, that's what kind of threw me off was like I thought it was gonna be more action based and stuff like that. No, it was just really good.
It's just like dialogue and
Just dialogue.
espionage and
some really cool
Just
scenes.
the guy coming back from the Pacific in World War II. He's like, that's my father's life. I'm not gonna get caught up in that.
Right.
So
Gets
cool.
caught up in that.
And then-
That's so cool.
But
The
it
ending
was
is
the
amazing.
You want
circumstance
this
that
one?
got him into that. His dad gets shot.
Do you want this one?
His brother gets
No.
killed. He's like, fuck, I keep like finding myself in this
You want
situation.
this?
Mhm.
Just take
I
it.
guess I gotta run the family now.
Please take
Just
it.
one little bit.
It's in the family.
He gets caught up in it.
Please. What's his name?
Marlon Brando.
He's such a good actor. God, I love a lot of his work actually. He does such a really good job in all his work.
Great
Never
movie.
really heard of him up to that point.
It was one of the few times I ever saw like what was supposed to be like tough characters. I guess in recent memory, I was like, fuck, those guys are cool. Because like mostly it's like you see like the stupid big tough guy and he's like, think they could hurt me? We'll see. Like the stupid Hollywood shit they do now where it's like,
So like,
so dumb.
Visible, I guess.
It's just so like, I don't know.
Very like
Those guys were scary.
transparent.
Those guys were scary and like threatening because of the way they just utilized their resources and the way like shit happened
Yeah.
and the way they like systematically and methodically did it. Like that's what made them intimidating.
Like
That's what made them cool, tough characters. And then also they weren't just one trick ponies or just like, what's your thing? I'm the strong guy. It's like, okay, just like every other strong guy. They were fucking, they all had personalities and they had like the whole thing had the whole idea of community behind it. Like everything they did was so they could have a more prosperous and safe community. That was like the whole fucking point of the whole thing. Because like that made them much more interesting as characters. And it's closer to real life. And it was really fucking cool. Fun to watch. I mean, even The Godfather, he was so... I don't think in the entire movie he really does anything directly like
To a person.
to a person, but the whole time,
He's
basically
a
up
threat.
until the end when he's like really sick and you're like he's gone. The whole beginning portion, that whole like first 45 minutes, I forget how long it was, but the whole beginning portion where they're kind of just getting poked and poked, but he's so just like, we're gonna do this professionally. They've done harm, we've done harm. We need to understand that. We're gonna handle things professionally, and he's just like doing it so.
That's
You were so scared of him
intimidating.
because he's so like how is he so calm? Like, is he gonna snap?
Or
What's
die.
gonna happen?
Yeah, you know he has
comes
the
back.
power. You know he has the connections and stuff.
When he
and
comes
he's
out,
just sitting there like he's in control.
when he comes out of the coma and all this shit's happening, he's just getting told about it, and he's like, he immediately goes right back and he's like, I'm gonna take care of it. We're gonna do it professionally. And I'm gonna do it right. It's like everything's like back. It's like fuck. It's so cool. He just steps
Not
right in.
even
It's like
phased.
it's gonna be okay.
Not even phased.
He's like, I've lost 2 sons. I've lost family. You've lost your boys. let's end this. Let's stop this. Let's sit down and
So
talk
crazy.
about it. And they do it, and they reach like a conclusion, and they still fuck him over. But then you get like, God, man, like you're kind of expecting like not a half-ass ending, but like I mean, they might do something to strike back, or maybe they're just gonna be happy with their family and accept that what's been happening. And then all of a sudden, you see, bam, bam, bam,
Because
they're
the
all
son-
fucking knocked
Because
out,
the
and
son
then
gets revenge
it's
on
awesome.
everybody.
It's fucking awesome.
Spoiler alert, but it's really not our problem if you haven't seen The Godfather.
It's like-
That
Yeah,
last
it's
scene,
You need to go
watch
see
it. It's still worth
He
watching.
You need
goes
to go
after
see it.
the other
You need to go see
families.
Yeah, the son like kills everybody else.
He's
Like,
so good.
he's like getting
He's at his
vengeance on
son's
everybody.
baptism.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that is such a cool little sequence right there,
So
going
cool.
back.
Because
and
the son
forth.
was just
It's
like,
so cool.
because the son was just like, I'm gonna start what my father couldn't finish because he like died, and
yeah.
just was like, all right, well, because they wronged my father all these years, I'm gonna kill them all.
It's
And
also-
when he on that same day, like everybody dies.
I forgot how we even got on all this, but I forgot we left off in terms of.
We're
So we-
talking about B-stars, and that was the last
Graduating.
time, and you're saying, oh, well, we never watched it. We talked about Godfather, and it's a good
Oh,
shit
Juno's
movie.
name, and it was.
Juno's name.
So, we graduate college, and then for me, I kind of just go to my dad's house, and I'm kind of depressed because it's just like, it's like, cool, I have a degree, it doesn't really mean anything. I just still don't know what I want to do. All I wanted to do was travel, and then the entire world ends and shuts down.
Oh,
So
because
it's
you're
like-
gonna go to Greece too, huh?
Yeah, we had some really cool things planned. I was gonna do humanitarian work with refugees in Greece, and it was gonna be like my last 5 credits. So I was gonna end my degree with like an amazing trip, and then it was gonna have like a social paper component part of it too. And then all that got shut down. We were having like a big Disney trip that got shut down. We're gonna have road trips. All of it got shut down. And then
Like
all the
that.
stuff I wanted to do afterwards. I mean, the world was my oyster at that point. I had some savings, and I had no reason not to do anything. And it all got shut down, and it's still sort
You
of.
were even planning to come to France with me, and that got...
Fuck, I was. Yeah, I was going to France. That's what I was gonna
You were
do.
coming to France with me.
God, I was gonna be doing We're gonna be doing so much stuff, and then it all got shut down. And well, I guess you would have been going to Morocco at the time, but
Yeah, you're right. You would have went to
I
Morocco
was gonna be
with
going to
me.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's right. Yeah, that's what it
I
was.
blocked that out. That's so exciting.
Good. Sorry.
Dude, God,
Everything in my
have you
pantry?
seen-
It's
have
yours.
You seen The Godfather 2?
Me casa suka.
No,
need-
we haven't.
we
Is
need
it
to.
good?
I've heard people say it's better than the first.
You're actually gonna fucking love Godfather 2 because it's like you just gotta watch it.
This is a snacking podcast.
Sorry,
It
guys.
actually covers the events of Michael, and it also covers. It kind of goes back and forth between a young Marlon Brando, so the Don, when he was a kid, and how he got into the mafia. And
Interesting.
All that. And then
Our first movie night?
That'd be a good place to start. But what about Talladega Nights?
Why are you so on that?
Because we haven't finished it.
Oh
That's
my
a classic
goodness.
movie.
I mean, it could be.
Talladega Nights with Will Ferrell, right?
Huh?
Talladega Nights with Will Ferrell.
No, it's the third. It's the third in the series of Linkara movies.
Yeah, Channel Awesome.
Oh, speaking of that, there's a new Link Car movie we have to watch.
That's
It's
true.
an ARG movie he came out with.
I forgot we have
It's,
so much.
they're not that great movies, but we watch them because they're really funny.
Yeah.
You just watch these nerds be dweebs.
Yeah, it's funny. Nothing against them.
I mean, they make good content.
They're making content, so
Yeah, fair enough. They're still doing
more
it.
than what we're doing.
Yeah. So, yeah, that time frame just sucked. Everything got shut down. There was pretty much like nothing happening, and I saw like no future for like the next year or two. And it was just like, cool. So I felt like, just towards the end of college, I really just felt like I was like, I just got to get out of here. Like I want the degree, and but I want to move on. I don't feel like I'm learning anything anymore. And I was just like done with education for the time being. It's like I needed to not be a student. I was just exhausted. I was sick of it. I was tired. It wasn't even that hard,
It's
but I was
exhausting,
just
though.
tired. I was just fucking tired of it. I was tired of like, even now, I feel like I blacked out those last portions because it's like, there's so much fucking work all the time. And half of it just seems like bullshit. You're always doing something. You're so busy all the time. I don't even know if I could go back without having like not working or something. I don't know if I could go back right now. If I had to go back, unless it was for something I really wanted to do and it didn't feel like work, then I'd be fine. Like if I studied philosophy as like a master's, I wouldn't even
That's
feel.
the point, though.
Yeah. So, but so it felt really hopeless. It felt really like the whole thing felt really pointless, and then the world was ending anyway. So there's that going on where it's like, my dad's he loves conspiracy theories, so it's like, there's all kinds of crazy stuff there, and then there's all kinds of crazy things going on in terms of like people's opinions and then like what's going on with the world. So that was like the whole year. I kind of redirected my attention to dogs because I always really liked dogs and I really wanted to get one. And we did some volunteer work when we were going to, so it was like, maybe I'll just focus on that, I guess. Well, it was that and the acting. That's when the acting, actually that was the year the acting career had its first few steps of, actually that was the first steps of success, so yeah. I guess that was happening. So I was putting my attention into that and then into the dog stuff as like a day job. So I worked at daycare for a little bit, I worked at a shelter for a little bit, then I worked at the coffee bar for most of that year. The acting stuff took off a little bit. I got some paid gigs. I got my first like indie film gig that wasn't related to a school at all, which just premiered this year. That was that one.
Congratulations.
Yeah, shit was cool. And then
Movie night.
Hulu. Might be on Hulu. What are you saying? That's the goal, is to get on Hulu and Amazon Video.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
True fans, find it.
pretty fucking sick. Yeah. Locate it and then compare my voice and then you tell me. But anyway, so that's what really happened. I focused on the acting, and then meanwhile I figured out what the fuck I was gonna do next. And then eventually I moved to my dad's place and I live with. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. That's when things started to look up, because I moved in with. I actually moved in with his family first, and then I moved in with. And that was a lot of fun. We had some weird little things at first that I guess I had to get used to. And then there were like these weird moments. They were kind of weird. People are really unpredictable when you live with them.
Yeah.
Like when you just see them, it's like really fun and fine. And then like you live there, and then all of a sudden, there was like one time.
Start seeing their little habits and stuff, and
It's really weird. There was one time when I guess I just like made too much noise when I was coming home, and like came out and was like, "If you could be a little bit quieter, that would be awesome." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then she just like left and just she fucking boom, like shook the wall, slammed the door, and I was like, "Holy
I
shit!"
could just picture that happening. It's so relatable.
It was so weird. And I was, it was weird because like there been like a couple times when like shit would be happening and they'd text me like, "Hey, can you keep down?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." So that was another thing that drove me nuts. They kept all the fucking doors open so you could hear everything in the whole house, but then they text me about being too loud. It's like breathing is gonna be too loud at this point. Like that's because they're stupid fucking cats because they can't do anything. You close the door, the cats freak out. You don't close the door. It's a lose-lose.
Can you be a little more quieter?
It was just such like a. Well, it was like passive aggressive. It was like,
Yeah.
but little things like that. And then they apologized vehemently, and then I was like, no, I mean like, I didn't realize how loud it was, but I would like sit in the kitchen and like eat at midnight, and then I'd like play a YouTube video on my phone out loud. But it's like in the house I'm in now, that it wouldn't be loud. But in that house, it was you could hear it all the way down into the room, like you were sitting. It'd be late. It'd be like midnight. It's like getting home from the bar at like midnight. But once we worked out those little things, there were some good parts. It was a lot of fun. That the other thing is they can be kind of antisocial, and they did like a lot of just like sleeping. So I always wanted to hang out with them and do stuff, but a lot of times they just kind of wanted to do their own thing.
they're losers.
But we had some good TikTok cringe nights. It was a lot of fun. Play like all of Super Mario Sunshine for a while, and then part of Galaxy. We had some fun times. We just like all hung out and did stuff. So did that, and then I was still just antsy the whole time. So it ended up just becoming like I gotta do something. And I knew I'd done conservation work in the past. I knew the hiring season was coming up, so I said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna do conservation work." Did that, and then I spent 6 months in Tennessee, and that was a lot of fun. I did the most traveling I've ever done in my life. I was the furthest from home for the longest period of time ever that had been so far, and it was really cool. I got to meet a lot of cool people, do some really cool things. In the conservation work, we were on some really, because my crew leader was pretty smart, they put us on some really cool projects that were more technical work,
That's cool.
and that was really cool.
Yeah.
We like build bridges, the grip hoist was fucking awesome. All that stuff was cool. Learned a lot. Saw more trees than I've ever seen in my life. Seen more plants. Dude, the South is crazy. The number of stuff you can just pick up off like the walls and floors and eat is insane. From the plants, it's fucking nuts. It's crazy. There's like plantain, which is like a medicinal herb, and it's used to like relieve stings and like bug bites. And you just like, it's a weed. It grows everywhere. You just pick it, chew it, and it works.
Yeah.
It works all right. It's not amazing, but I mean,
Pretty common in like Yeah,
Not
I
the
heard
desert.
a lot about that stuff.
So cool. Wild blackberries and stuff. On top of Rocky Top, eating wild blackberries. It was cool.
That is really cool.
But and that was awesome. And that really that was really cool. I came back from that feeling much better about life and more invigorated, and I'd done it. And that's when we sort of hit that second hit of COVID in that winter time with Christmas and everything. And then because of COVID, I missed Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's the weird thing is I still haven't really seen any of my extended family since I've been back because either the timing doesn't work out or because I missed Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I
I do remember that.
And then
Also, slightly before Christmas too, we watched The Godfather.
and that's when we watched The Godfather. And then
That was nice.
now it's been I got a dog. That was kind of the start of the New Year's where I got a dog. So that was an interesting development because me and kind of everyone in my life was worried about that slowing me down. But she's an amazing dog.
She's cute.
She's made it really easy. She's like 6 months old and she pretty much just acts like a full-grown adult dog. So I don't even know what she's going to be like when she's grown up.
Even more calm.
Yeah, I guess so. Even more trainable and calm and easy to work with. Or maybe she'll relapse and be insane. Maybe like she'll get older and be like, but even if she is, she's a great dog right now and she's made it very easy and I'm not worried at all because pretty much everybody loves her. So
Yeah.
I'm not really worried at all about if there are
Yeah.
things she can't come along for, then I'm pretty confident I can find comfortable home for her and for the time being while I'm gone. And ideally I want to take her everywhere with me and it's already gone well. She sat through an entire graduation, so that's more than a lot of people can do. She's pretty fucking good.
We've tested the waters and kind of pushed the boundaries of where we could take her, and
She's pretty much passed.
she's been a good dog, so no one's complained about her. She's a good dog. I want
And then
a dog
other
now.
than that, now this year has been my dog. Lately I just feel like there's like a lot of things I want to do, and I kind of almost always feel dissatisfied at the end of the week because I feel like I didn't do enough. I didn't do any of it. And right now it's just a battle to find enough time in the day to do everything. It's hard. And then the other thing is economics. Is I feel bad leaving Juno for too long because I know like she wants to spend time with me, and a lot of the stuff I would do on a daily basis is like just like I want to start boxing. I really want to learn how to fight.
We're gonna get swole.
I wanted to get a personal trainer this year and actually like commit, but I can't afford that now. I don't make any money. So yeah, there's a bunch of things going on. Trying to make a little bit more money. Trying to do something more than just like stupid food service jobs. Or if I'm gonna do stupid food service jobs, at least get paid a little bit more and totally have nothing but fun there. And it's not the case right now.
Yeah.
So switching my work stuff up. The other side of all that is figuring out the next traveling thing. We've already got some plans, which is exciting. Figuring out what I want to do
So
is like
ready.
big direction stuff now, which she hasn't texted me all day. That kind of makes me mad. The Uganda lady. She hasn't texted me all day, which kind of
I mean,
sucks. But
to be fair, she sounds busy.
yeah, I'm sure she's
She
busy.
might just keep the weekends to herself.
You should bring your recording equipment to our camping trip.
No, I will.
We will, yeah. We should vlog those. We should do
Yeah,
something like that.
I do want to do some
That'd
vlogging.
be really fun.
That little camera, I want one of those. They're cool.
The GoPro?
I have a
No,
GoPro.
he has one.
But the little, like, the hand cam is really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I know it's, like, probably outdated tech, but I just think it's cool.
Those are fun.
But, yeah. Traveling stuff, big career stuff, and then acting stuff. And then dog. Those are, like, the 4 quadrants of life right
Yeah.
now. Well, dog plus personal development, I guess.
Yeah.
And
That's cute.
That includes gardening,
Dog part of
philosophy.
your personal development.
Yeah, she definitely teach me how to be more patient. But yeah, and the acting stuff has been going well. We had that movie premiered, which was awesome. I got nominated Best Actor at a film festival. It's fucking awesome. The 2 movies premiered. There are three different films I was in premiered this year. 2 of them were at the film festival. The one was the one that just premiered. Potentially my first voice acting gig. I had got accepted into it. May or may not come to fruition, but we'll see. And now it's maybe thinking about agents. I don't know. I gotta put together a demo reel and see how realistic that is, and then see if that's what I want to do. And then, yeah, just trying to find more projects.
What's an agent going to do? Just help you find projects?
out here, what an agent would probably do would probably mostly get me commercial gigs. And that's kind of why I'm a little hesitant because I don't really want to do that. But then, if I could do that as my day job, like, why not?
Be kind of nice.
Like, why not? It's gonna pay me more than this shit anyway. Especially if it puts me in front of more people in the industry, more connections. Having an agent is an actual reputable, like, okay, that entire agency is worth staking some resources on him, and he got the part. He's here at the shoot. He's learning. He's practicing. Even if it's like a dumb commercial, it's like I can still learn stuff there and practice. So I don't know. It doesn't really seem like a bad idea. It's just not the direction I want to go.
Yeah.
But we'll see. There's some other stuff in the acting world that's kind of cooking, and we'll see what we can actually get going. That's pretty much caught up with me now. You wanna go, Kyle?
Oh, what are we talking about?
Just like a recap of your life, last couple of years.
Oh, let's see.
Post and pre.
Post-COVID or pre?
Pre to post, sorry.
So pre-COVID, school, sucking it up, doing it, hating it, wanting to finish. COVID happened.
I'll push this closer to you.
It sucked. Didn't get a graduation. Me and Chen already talked about how like we were kind of just too. I was just too busy. Like I submitted my art final and then I had to move out, so I didn't really. It's just kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
Worked for the census, and then that ended. I did the post office, then that ended. I had to find different jobs. What did I do between them? I feel like I went to Sedona. Yeah, I went to Sedona, did some hiking there. And then I went to Madrid with you guys. This is 2020. So that's cool. I remember the election stuff. That was crazy.
I forgot about the election.
Was it?
Forgot about the election.
Oh, the election. I blacked out with that.
It was just chaos and bullshit.
I think I was way too busy just trying to live.
Yeah.
Just trying to survive on top of the election and everything else.
And then, shit, man, now I'm here. Yeah. That's about it.
What's
I was looking good with his arms up.
what are you looking forward to next?
Shit.
What's it?
Good question. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
What I want to get out of this journey. You know?
Of life or just now?
Just, I guess just kind of what do I want to do? Do I want to travel? I don't really know where. I guess somewhere around the United States.
You got a list of places.
Have you ever been to the South?
Yeah.
Okay.
You like it?
Louisiana, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't been to the deep South, but
Louisiana's pretty deep south. It's not Georgia, but I mean, Louisiana's
ain't
pretty
no
deep.
Alabama, Mississippi, but
I thought Louisiana was more wild.
where's it?
I guess in a city sense.
No, because New Orleans, right?
New Orleans, that was the worst city I've ever been to in my life. That was a
That's
cesspool.
where I went.
Did you like it?
I was like 8. I don't know. It was kind of boring.
Okay. When I went, it was a cesspool. I guess I saw them post-hurricane, but it was still a cesspool. That's no excuse for their driving. They drove like fucking
that's like
animals.
The excuses like everyone that talks about New Orleans are like, oh yeah, like post Katrina, like it's just a shithole.
It's like,
I'm like,
okay. It's no excuse for their driving.
like they're still recovering from that apparently.
It's pretty
It only happened like, what,
Boo-hoo.
10 years ago, right? A little more.
You heard it.
15, 16 years ago.
Caleb
Redacted.
said he hates New
Oh
Orleans.
wait, we can't use names either, right?
No, we can.
First names are fine.
So, sounds like you're pretty much the same spot. So everyone's figuring out what the fuck they're doing.
Shit.
20s is a weird time period.
It's crazy. It's like so unpredictable. Like you think you know what you want to do, and then you you start doing, you're like, nah, this ain't it.
That ain't chief.
Or like the pandemic, you know.
Yeah, we got dealt
It's kind
kind of a shitty hand, right slap in the middle of our early 20s.
of, now there's gonna be
We've been dealt a shitty hand from the beginning with the recession. And
now
the
there's gonna be a recession. I mean, it's just,
what was it? 9/11.
9/11.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
grew up in a shitty,
08,
shitty
09
time.
housing crisis.
You go.
Actually, pretty much all of us were born, and then like a year later, like the year was Y2K,
Yeah.
and then
What's the
9/11.
whole- I forgot the whole Y2K thing.
Just people were like
like
something
what
to
was
do
the
with
name?
like the digital system. It's like
I
it
actually know
wasn't
this one.
programmed for this.
I know this. So there is a certain time that each like digital clock or
Y2K
computer
with
was
J.
digital to, or I guess,
I'll do a theme song.
computer. What?
Y2K with Jay.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thank you. So today on Y2K with Jay, we're gonna talk about what Y2K. So basically, there was this idea when computers were made that they only programmed it to, I guess, I don't know, to the end of like the 90s.
So like December
So-
31st, 1999.
Yeah, like a certain day, right, or certain year. And so people were freaking out because they're like, well, what happens after that? And like computers know more than us, so they know that they're not created to compute to up to that date because they know it's the end of the world. That was their whole thing.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that was the whole
Sounds
thing. And so
stupid.
people were freaking out. There's like these Y2K like
I thought it was all about
things
like
and whatever.
the
Like,
computers won't know.
survival packs.
I thought a lot of it was about like the computers won't know what to do, and then like they were worried about things in like the medical system because it might just crash
Everything
the
would
system.
shut down.
Yeah, and like what about nuclear plants? Like that's all
That's what
computerized.
it was like the computers will just like basically in the world
Self-destruct.
because they know so much that it's like that's the end.
I found out that the government actually, Congress spent money to prevent that. I thought that was
Yeah,
crazy.
there was
Yeah,
company-
it was huge.
companies are doing some legitimate, some were just pure scams. They're passing tons of things where it's like send out these companies and they'll upgrade, they'll Y2K proof your computers, and it was a huge thing. It was weird. But yeah. Anyway, you Jay.
What's up with me?
Yeah, your catch up.
There's not much.
Bullshit.
COVID happened. Really, it wasn't much. COVID happened. I continued to work on my interests and stuff, and then I moved to France for 8 months. I was in France. That was interesting because there was a lockdown. I was stuck in France for a while. I got to travel around France. That was awesome. If you tell me to say like, oh, you've been to France, I would be like, yeah. And I don't know what to say. I'll just say it was cool. But I don't know. I guess there was just so much that was happening. It's hard to just say it all.
That's
But it was
how
good.
I feel, man.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. It was just a really cool experience in my life. Met some cool people, experienced some crazy culture shocks, learned a lot about myself and like the world. Came back after 8 months and continued to work on stuff. I did some field work out in Belize. That was fun until COVID. Somebody got COVID and it was a big concern, so then I just had to come back because it was either that or I am stuck in Belize, and I didn't want to be stuck in Belize. That
Any
sucked.
bugs?
Yeah, I didn't want to be slaughtered by bugs, being constantly paranoid about jaguars and poisonous plants. So I was like, well, I better go home. Then I continued to do my work, and now I'm here. I don't know.
Belize, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's by Guatemala, right?
yeah. Yeah, it
What
was
were
super
you
cool.
doing there?
Just doing stuff
For school?
for school, for work, what I study. I don't know if I want to say
Yeah.
what it is yet, but yeah, it was just really like what I'm working on, what I want to do.
It's
really
freshwater fish studies.
Oh, okay. That's right up your alley.
Piranha studies.
Oh, actually, it's bottom feeder fish. studies.
Piranha studies.
Very, very specific. But no, it was really cool. I was talking to Kay about this. It was like an experience that I was so miserable in the moment in a way. Because out there, it was insane. I guess maybe it was a culture shock more. Everything was poisonous. The plants were poisonous. You gotta watch out with this. You gotta watch out with that. Oh, you gotta watch out with these animals. The animals are dangerous. Watch out with that. There's bugs everywhere. There are bot flies there. It was humid as fuck. It was like 80 degrees humidity or 80% humidity, and it felt like summertime. You know,
Yeah.
like it wasn't cold or anything. It was in more of the winter, but it was still hot as hell. And yeah, so it was kind of miserable. And we're just like hiking. We're just like outdoors doing a lot of like labor work, and it was miserable at the time. Not gonna lie, I got bit up from like head to toe. Yeah, and I was just kind of. We weren't living in luxury. It wasn't like a hotel or anything, so it wasn't like, oh, nice day. Now I can go sit in my little hotel or anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, back to my hut where I'm gonna continue to be bitten by bugs. People were really nice. There was one person that was really awful, but was funny because they were so awful. Like it was so like comedic that they're that awful. That's a story for another podcast.
Those hard parts are so cool when you get to like the point where it like doesn't bother you anymore.
It's
like,
funny.
Because there's like, it's funny. The conservation corps, like the beginning, I had to like get back into it, and, like the discomforts and uncomfortabilities of it. But then when I was co-leading by the end, it was funny. They said it. My crew said I looked like super They thought I was gonna be a douchebag because they said I looked like really confident and like I knew what I was doing. So they thought I was gonna be like a pompous douchebag about it. And then they're like, but then you're like really nice and you really cared about everybody. So that was surprising. But I thought it was funny because it was like I saw them like dealing with the uncomfortabilities of stuff that like, you know, I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, it's like I'm like 9 days in, I haven't showered. It's like you just get used to it because like I'm gonna stink like shit and dirty in an hour anyway. It's like I'll shower when I'm done here, and it's like you got wet boots the entire day, and you're just like, I'll take them off tonight, maybe.
Yeah,
like if I get a chance.
Like these muddy parts where you're like, I don't know, like what, calf deep, and I was like in rivers and
downpouring
stuff, and I'm like up to my waist in this river trying to go against the rapids, trying to like do stuff in the river, and I'm like. And I walk out, and I'm just like wet, soaking. I still have to hike all the way back. It's just like
grab your pack, let's go.
All right, this is kind of awful.
It was awesome.
But that's what I mean. Is like it was awful in the moment. Now I look back, and I really liked it.
It felt like parts of it felt like your fucking Lord of the Rings journey. It's like especially when you're out there with a task. You're like. All right, grab your pack, and they can fucking hit the road, and you're
like, all right, today this is the task. We gotta go do this.
You're literally like through rain or shine. It
cool
sucks.
Okay, we did have a shower. We had like kind of a situated area. You were doing more like just out of tent. We were more like
shower out of like the spigot where we got our water.
Oh, okay, that's the same.
Yeah, we got like, and I just fucking. Do that and get it, and then I bring a towel and I
we had like these showers that were like makeshift, so like you'd have to pull it and it would stay on for like 5 minutes as like the thing starts to rise again. So you're like trying to shower up, it stops, and then you have to wait a couple of seconds for it to fill up again. And you pull it again, and you're like trying to rub it off real quick. Dude. So most of the time I'll just try to rinse myself so I'm not smelly, and then I'm like, all right, that's good enough.
Dude, I did a fucking. In the Nevada Conservation Corps, we had a shower tent, and you know, like those like plastic square like water things. I had one of those, and I have 2 of those, and we had a shower tent. And so what I did was the whole day I filled up the water thing pretty good, and the whole day we were gone, I put it on a table so it'd sit there and heat up in the sun. And I took it back, and it was kind of warm. I took it up, hang it up in the tent, and
That's so nice, yeah.
Just fucking.
That's another thing. The water was all cold.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like, oh, nice warm shower.
That's not bad if the day is warm at the end of the day, but when it's cold at the end of the night, that's when it's like, I can't be cold until
I kind
tomorrow.
of like warm. I kind of like warm showers even when it's hot.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, all right. But like after a week of being there almost, it was really nice. It was like you're humid, it's hot, you're sweating. Take off all your dirty clothes and you're just like in this cold shower. And I kind of got used to it and I kind of liked it.
It's like a brief moment of like I feel clean. For this,
Yeah,
For
like,
like the next hour, I feel clean.
And then like especially over there, like I was like I'm not sweating for a second. This is nice. This is really nice. And then like after like 5 minutes, you're starting to like
you get
drenched in sweat again.
Then after the next hour, like the first level of grime sets back on. You're like, nah, we're back to it.
Yeah. It's just nice for those 5 minutes. I remember specifically, I would take a shower, and then I would grab a hammock and I would put it up. I have this little like book I've been reading forever. Sit there and read a chapter, and I'm watching like. I keep saying the sunset, but it really wasn't.
Watching the bot
I don't know why I
flies
keep thinking that.
fly
I was
across the
watching
sky.
the sunset.
We're just watching the light dim.
I guess I was just watching the light dim, but I don't know. It was just so peaceful. I'm just sitting there. You can hear all the animals and stuff, and it's like, this is nice. I guess those little moments were like the things I miss. Those little moments. There's also like some fun times where like after we would be out doing a bunch of stuff, we'd come back and there's like a bar like down, like it's not close. It was like a 3-minute to 5-minute walk. We'd walk over there and we'd grab a beer. The beer was like $2, and we just like sit there and talk, and that was really nice. I guess those little moments make it like memorable. There's a really cool. There's such amazing, picturesque, like beautiful like moments, like where you just like see the river and stuff, the bend of the river. You see these iguanas, you see these animals, or went through some caves. That was amazing. That was like, I guess those are just things that are just like you'll never really see in your life unless you do it. So that was cool. Same with France. But yeah, did Belize. Continued to work when I came back from Belize. Now I'm here.
We could do like whole episodes and just talk about that stuff.
Oh yeah, we should. Yeah, we'll figure out a way to. I'll talk more in depth about Belize and talk more in depth about France later on.
I could do a whole episode.
I'm just gonna little teaser for you. Now, kind of have some downtime. I'm not working as hard. I'm not working on multiple things, and so I'm really excited to maybe, I don't know, do some filming, do some maybe animation, do some music, do some traveling, do some volunteer work,
do some pooping,
Love doing that.
Do some pooping. I haven't done that. So excited.
I haven't done that since I've been back at Belize.
I've been holding it from before Belize.
Oh my god.
You'd probably be dead.
Training week for the Conservation Corps in Nevada. I held it for 5 straight days.
You're insane.
It wasn't on purpose. I just didn't have to go. My body was uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's how. Actually, no, that's.
You guys are crazy.
No, that's how I feel.
I literally, you don't feel it.
When we went camping, like all of us
Scary.
one time, I never had a shit until like the last day.
I just
I don't know why. I just couldn't.
I do now, but
I think I remember you saying that.
Yeah. No, I do.
Just
No,
was a conversation.
because it was true. Because I don't know why. I was just like sometimes I was just like, whether it's like I went down to for like to see UJ during high school or early in college, or just like when camping, like gone for days on end, I just wouldn't have to shit until I would have got home, and then I would have to fucking shit my brains out. It's just how it is.
that last day though was touch and
I don't
go.
remember shitting. Did we?
I did like
No.
I did that. I did like the
No one
very
knows
last
that
day
they
we were there
shit.
the morning before we
I
started
took a
packing
shit.
out.
I don't remember. I think I did.
And then I went
No,
in.
you didn't.
I went
you
in-
and them were both
I-
talking about how you guys couldn't
I went
shit.
in there real quick, and then I was like, "This is not comfortable, and it smells." And
Stinks in here.
well, it's just like, because it just
The
looked
room
gross.
was
It just
shit.
looked gross. So I was
Pretty
just
gross.
like, I didn't really sit. I just kind of squatted shit. I was like, alright, I guess that's it. And I just like left. But then I still had to go. But I'm just gonna wait till I get home now.
It wasn't a true poop.
I remember we're going to get firewood. I remember having to keep going back to that one spot to get firewood.
Yeah.
That was fun. Well, there's gonna be a lot more traveling. I'm really, okay, a lot of people were sad that I was talking to. I don't know. I mean, you said, like, 20s are a little bit, like, difficult or rough. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for my 20s. Because I feel like I'm young enough to do whatever I kind of want, in a way. And not be exhausted, not be tired, and, like, not have so many responsibilities to not be able to do it. So, I have a list of stuff I want to do, and I'm really excited. So, hopefully you guys are involved. I want to get a lot of people involved, and I have a lot of ambition right now. It's probably going to die as soon as I hit 30, so.
Let it ride. Let it ride.
I'm so excited
Very good
to
now.
do as much, get burned out, and, like, I don't know, take a nap for another 10 years and wake up when I'm 40 or something.
No, it might be like the director and his wife are just like going strong. He had like a whole bunch of stuff happen between the filming of the movie and the directing of it. He like quit his job, and they like just finished building their home in France. And so they're like, so we're gonna work on starting a new tech nonprofit, and then we're not sure what next. He's just gonna see what happens. And then it's like, and then he's talking about potentially pitching the movie as a pilot for a series, because I mean it's a 40-minute movie, could work as the first episode. It kicks off the series. He's very small seeds of thought planted there, because he's still like I think $1,600 or $16,000 in debt to the movie. So he's got a lot of money to recoup before he probably wants to invest a whole lot more. But
yeah, it's just
they're
weird.
like in their 50s.
A lot of people were like
With kids.
upset, I guess, that they're graduating, or I guess that chapter of their life, the young adult kind of chapter, is over. I've never been so excited in my entire life to start some new stuff. And I get it. I mean, that was the weird part. Is like I expected to be more sad. I expected to be more like, man, I kind of made a name for myself for a little bit in that like young adult era. I kind of like grew to what I wanted it to be for me, and now I have to leave it and start over. But I'm really excited. I'm so excited to see what I can do. I feel like ever since I came back from like France and Belize and stuff, I've been getting this little like hint of like hope of like I can still do things. Like I can. It's not out of like
Reach.
Yeah, it's not out of reach. You can still do a lot of stuff. If you can't do it here, then maybe we can go do it somewhere else. Maybe we can like push the boundaries. Let's see how far we can push this. And so that's my mentality going into this new little chapter in my life, and I'm really excited. I'm so pumped. I'm working out.
That's cool.
I want to be ripped so I can snap someone in half and crush a watermelon with just my legs.
Defend Juno's honor.
Defend Juno's honor. I want to get some traveling in. I want to go see some friends.
When some 6-foot douchebag tries to educate me on dogs, I don't want to be nervous about it. I want to be confident and just be like, if he throws a punch, I can take it. That's all I want. And to
I'm
throw
excited.
one back. That's all I want.
Excited. I want to do some stuff and then also look cool while doing it. Do a little like Naruto pose and then call it a day.
Fun sweaty.
What'd you say?
Fun sweaty. I don't know. I forget what that is.
That's pretty good. It's a good afternoon.
What is it? Bienvenue? Is that good evening?
Bienvenue is
Or-
welcome.
Well, I don't know. Or it's like,
Bienvenidos?
it'd be like, bienvenue. It's like, bienvenue.
Bienvenue is
Bienvenue.
welcome.
Okay. Alright, Chandler. Your turn.
My turn? Alright. So,
It's a little side rant.
yeah, so I guess COVID happened. Kind of just like graduated on my computer. I was kind of just like, alright, well, I guess I'm done. That summer I was trying to find a job. Luckily I was in contact with my one place, but it was going to be talking almost June or July.
July.
I think it was, July I wasn't getting anything. So I had to do DoorDash some days, and then I did that fucking canvassing thing other days, which was brutal. the heat was one thing, but there was also just the practices they did. I just didn't approve
Don't
of.
put that on her.
It was very like.
Okay.
It was very like sleazy, like salesperson, like, oh, just tell them this stuff, not this. I'm just like, don't really want to do that, but okay. I never did. And
See if you do, she's gonna get all excited.
I thought it was kind of dumb, but they had a quota because it never made sense to me why there would be a quota. You don't get paid more or less based on that. It's just
That's like the
go
petition.
get signatures. Yeah, just go get signatures. Okay. And then like Woody, my last day of doing that, it was really cool. I met this like guy. We're just like I was like talking in his garage for like 2 hours, just about whatever my life, politics, etc. Gave me some water and stuff, some snacks. I was just sitting there talking to him. He's like, "You gotta go." I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't really care anymore." Just kind of doing it now. Then I got my actual job. Did that through the year. Jay went to France. Still did my job up until May, but that April I had probably like one of like the worst depression cycles I ever had.
Nice.
It was just like it was a combination of things. I think just at that time I just kind of felt like I didn't really know who I was, and I really think it was because like Jay was gone for a while, and I think you were gone too doing stuff.
Yeah, you're out in Tennessee
Yeah,
making
doing
stairs or whatever.
doing stuff,
Putting
and
rocks in
then
holes.
I hung out with Kyle a couple of times, but it was like me just reflecting on everything that's happened in my life, like up to that point. I just wasn't satisfied. And not to the point where I was like, I can fix it now. It was more like, the way I thought about it was like, I fucked up in a way, and like things I should have done. And instead of me having that mindset of like, well, I can change it now. I can go do stuff, right? I'm an adult. I just like, I was trapped in my head on like that stuff in the past I didn't do, and it just like consumed my life for like a month. And it just made me irritated about everything. It made me sad all the time. It like, and then like just stuff got brought up about my like my family and stuff in the past, where I really had that feeling of like I didn't really have a thing like a life for like 19 years, and it just sucked. It was not a fun time. Luckily, I found some help. I'm getting better. Still going on that mental journey, but I would say from like about a year ago to now, it's definitely a lot better. I just wish it was faster improvement, but talking to my therapist the other day, he kind of was just like, I mean, it was like 19 years worth of trauma. It's going to be a little while to heal. It's not going to be like that, which I wish it was, but it's clearly not going to be that way. Between then and now, I got a couple of job promotions, which I was very fond of. Got to go to France, traveled outside the country the first time ever. It was amazing. I loved it. Wish I could go back now. Yeah, Jay came back. Went back to there, and then Jay's back and stuff with the go see Jay a couple times throughout the month. Sometimes like once a month or twice a month. I don't know how much I went. And then just pretty much been work. I've been starting music. That's been fun. So that I've been wanting to do for a while. And one thing I want to start doing now is doing like a political blog or something, just because, as I mentioned before, I'm just kind of upset about a lot of things. I'd rather just get it out. And it's not really good to bottle things in and keep it inside. And that's one thing I'm trying to change, is if I start to feel bad, I should just let it out and let somebody know, versus just holding it in and letting it become kind of like what happened last year, where it just all hit me at once, and for a month I was just out. Like, it was really hard to do anything, but I'm getting better, so that's pretty much it. Yeah. And now we're on the camping trip and stuff too. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
A lot of big projects coming up.
Yeah, I think the enthusiasm is contagious, which is nice. And then it's weird. It's. I guess maybe we can wrap with this to a degree. But I've been reading that Celestine Prophecy book a little bit. I want the story, and which could be a great podcast story someday.
Next episode.
But yeah, next episode we can dive into our travels.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Tennessee and
It's a lot of
France.
fun.
Paris, Tennessee. That's for one of the crew members.
Paris, Chattanooga.
Paris, Tennessee.
Actually, I was there.
Have you been to Paris, Tennessee?
No, I was there. I actually didn't go to France. I just went to Paris, Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
Just
It
kidding.
was cool though. They have their own little Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
It's like 10 feet tall. It's pretty cool.
No one understood me when I spoke French there,
But like,
I
in
thought I
that,
was actually in France. But
like
it wasn't.
what?
but.
But that book has a really cool. It's interesting. It's about like a. So far, what I can gather, it's about these people that find like a prophecy, or they keep calling it the tablet, or like the. They keep using a word for it. It's like a really weird word. It's not like unheard of. It's just a weird word to keep referring to like a prophecy or whatever. But the idea is like the world like has like a cultural sort of revelation of itself, and like part of the first things like leading to that is like a global sense of restlessness that everybody sort of has, and they're not even sure why they have it, but they feel restless, and then like they're not satisfied with the things they try to do to fix it, so then you're just always dissatisfied and restless. And I thought it was interesting. And then it was talking about the next part of the like awakening is like coincidences, but then realizing like just noticing them, noticing more coincidences. And I don't know, I just thought it was cool as it was like,
Interesting.
yeah, I thought it was cool how like the acting stuff, it's like, it's weird how that stuff comes out of nowhere, and then it like, it seems like it could really go far. Like meeting that girl, the nonprofit lady, like I don't know how far that could go. Like if she actually gets back to me and we actually like start talking about stuff and making some plans for like work and all that, I don't fucking know how far that could go. I don't know if that could be like an actual career path for me now. If I like do it and I like it, and then people in the field like me and I make connections, if that could be like a real fucking direction to go. And the acting stuff is like, I mean, if that stuff does well and people like it and it gets attention, it's like stuff could work out. It could go somewhere. It's just weird. I think I'm trying to worry less about that. I'm trying to be more excited for all the dumb goofy things like the traveling, and like I want to get a voice acting gig. I want to do voice acting, not just have this thing that sits in the background and says you got the role whenever we actually manage to put it together. I want to do I don't care if it's a fucking Roblox music video. I just want to do something. I just want to do a voice acting thing, and then I want to get more acting stuff going. We need to start making our own stuff. There's just not enough out here. I know so many people that want to act.
I'm
I
so
know
ready.
people that are interested. If we do casting calls and crew casting calls, I bet we could have films.
I'm ready. I want to do it. I want to start getting into it. The issue is, one, I don't have a job right now. At the moment, I don't have a job. Two, I want to practice. I want to do smaller things, and I want
I'm
to
fine with
practice
that.
on different things.
I'm fine with that because
So any ideas?
Let us know in the
Any
comments.
ideas that anyone has of a small video film that you want to see, even if it's stupid, throw it in there. Maybe I can take that as inspiration, and we can get like 5-minute to 10-minute little videos out just to mess around with some stuff. We're kind of working on something now, very small, but excited. But I did a little like
casting call.
and I already got like a
people, like,
couple of
interested.
people who are interested
Some people
and
want to do stuff.
willing to do stuff in the future. So I'm even more excited now. I have more options to characters, to ideas, and slowly getting there.
So one idea that I have, I just thought of it a
Maybe
while
Kyle
back.
will be a little guest in the future.
Definitely.
Where are we going?
That's
We're gonna do some
awesome.
filming.
Okay,
Oh shit. I thought.
Go, Kyle.
Yeah, we can wrap this up. It's all good. We can as we wrap up, I can chat. But
Well,
thank you for this. Is probably gonna be like 4 episodes.
it's gonna be fun.
But thanks to anyone out there who
This is
decides.
gonna be a little more serious than other ones, just because we're catching up and we just started talking about
politics for 2
politics.
straight hours for
2
some
hours
reason.
for
It was-
no goddamn reason.
I mean, it was good content. I don't
It
know.
was. It was really fun to talk about.
I'm gonna fucking edit it and put it up there. You don't have to
Yeah.
watch it if you don't want to. Whatever.
This is a free country.
Whatever you want to do,
Talk about what I
bro.
want.
Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't even care.
I don't even care if you like it or not.
But yeah. If you're listening, thanks. If you're not listening, thanks.
If you're
We're gonna try to do stuff more regularly, even if it's not
Yeah.
necessarily podcasts. I've got some other stupid video game stuff I
maybe
want to
weekly.
post. That's enthusiastic. I mean,
Maybe in the
if you guys
future.
want to start posting stuff, go for it.
I want to start posting.
Post.
stuff.
I won't stop posting.
That's what I mean. I'll help you edit. We'll try to do stuff weekly.
If you guys just do like a goofy.